over in the back streets of Assisi with Signora Rosanna and Signora Enya, and they're cutting this wild fennel, so you have this beautiful smell here, and they're preparing for their streets Infiorata or flower petal tapestry. And here in Assisi, it's streets that work on a flower petal tapestry. The tapestries are being done for the host, which will be carried out of the Church of San Rufino nearby in procession at about 7 tonight. Here's another group of workers. Come on over here. And these women, stiamo facendo un filmino di voi. These women too are working on Finocchio Selvatico, wild fennel. And one of the women have told me that in Assisi, this feast used to also be called La Festa dei Pulci, the Feast of the Fleas. And I said, what do you mean the Feast of the Fleas? Okay, but the procession is something else. The celebration of the fleas was not the celebration of fleas, but all your winter covers were hung out the window to freshen them up. And that was generally done at the same time as the procession of Corpus Domini, which is 60 days after Easter. Okay, let us go see the creation of this street. These women are preparing the greens for the beautiful infiorata or flowering. Da quante ore lavorate voi?
A loro da giorni.
They've been working for days on this. Che mani veloci avete, eh? Okay, let's go see the creation.
So, mettimi...
This is the art history professor of the Assisi High School, Professor Galabina, who's created the design for this infiorata. Working is Dimitri, not originally from Assisi, but now an Assisano, collaborating with other people, creating the infiorata. E Federico, professore, scusi,
no,
se
Federico
brevemente mi puoi spiegare il tema, come me l'ha detto prima.
Sì, il tema è la cura del creato.
The caring of creation, or the taking care of creation is the theme.
Quindi le due mani protagoniste del dipinto sono le mani che creano.
The hands, which are the protagonists of this infiorata, are the hands which create,
E proteggono allo
and the
stesso
hands
tempo
which
il
also
creato.
protect creation.
E gli elementi che vengono protetti sono elementi di aria, di terra e di acqua.
And the elements which are protected are air, earth,
E
water.
Yes.
By the Lord of Creation, protetti
Yes,
da
sì,
creato.
sì.
Grazie.
Prego.
E quando ha fatto il disegno,
Una settimana fa.
he did his design for this just about a week ago, and his design is for this street called Via Montecavallo, and that is Federico's home. Da quanti anni vivete qui?
Allora, io sono nato qui.
He was born in this home,
Sì.
so this is his street, and this infiorata is for his group of friends, and a lot of these
Un
people
bellissimo
live in
gruppo che
here.
lavora insieme.
E quanti siete nel gruppo?
Siamo circa 20 persone, che poi diventiamo 30 in questa giornata.
We are a group of 20, but on the day of the Infiorati we become up to 30. We've worked for many years. I
Siamo qui e
believe
ceniamo
they
qui.
have lunch here, and I think last year you won second prize or first prize l'anno scorso.
L'anno scorso il primo.
Last year, first prize here in
2
Assisi.
years ago, the second.
2 years ago, second. And this year,
I
we
don't
can
know.
only hope.
Ah, io no, esatto.
Grazie.
Ciao, grazie.
Dimitri. Grazie a tutti.
Ragazzi, salutate, stanno
Dai
facendo
che
il
siete
video.
sul film. Ciao, complimenti, complimenti. So they're still working. How is the back,
so much.
Dimitri? The back is holding out. Okay,
Grazie.
and we have yellow broom. Here's the wild fennel. I'm going to see, they're also using geraniums. They're using different colors of roses. They have a collection. Everybody contributes for the buying of some of the flowers. and the winners receive contributions from the city of Assisi as reimbursement.
Non capito. Dove vedi che c'è andato il fianco, secondo me?
So they're still finishing up. They want to be ready for the procession at 7 o'clock, leaving the nearby Cathedral of San Rufino, which is built on the site of the martyrdom of Rufinus, first Christian bishop of Assisi. And that would be my favorite question for a Trivial Pursuit game. Who's the patron saint of Assisi? Rufinus. Francis is the patron saint of Italy. This is the design of Professor Federico Della Vina, art history professor in Assisi. La cura del creato, that is the caring for all of creation. We can see the joined hands, and we had not mentioned before the pomegranate, many seeds, symbol of fertility. And then behind the workers, we see in a beautiful Assisi home with the jasmine adorning all the walls. So the bouquet today is absolutely stunning. And up the street here, all around the beautiful medieval homes. This way is the bell tower of the Cathedral of San Rufino. So you can see we're very close to the area where the procession will start. So let us hope good luck for this group. Gorgeous backstreets of Assisi, and Antonio is adding flowering touches to the Infiorata, the flower petal tapestry of Assisi, Viccolo Bovi. And Antonio is a talented artist. He does sketches, etchings, he paints. Antonio non dipinge più, non fa più I disegni.
No, siamo vecchi.
Now he's retired, he says we're old. He's not old. Here's somebody else. Or the flower petal tapestries of Assisi, done in the afternoon of Corpus Christi, the feast 60 days after Easter. And this is the group of the street called Via Porta Perlici, and we see the symbol Pax, Christ crucified, and look what is hanging from the buildings. There are tributes to the Christ that will be carried through the procession in the consecrated host. And over there, you can see beautiful tablecloths of the women of that home done in the Assisi cross stitch. So the banners are banners of welcome and tribute. And some of the workers are in there, and some sitting out here and looking very tired after many hours of work. The flower petal tapestry of the Assisi backstreets astonishes all. Laid out to welcome the Christ, the host, carried out of the Cathedral of San Rufino in procession on the Feast of Corpus Domini, 60 days after Easter. And this image actually has the IHS, which stands for Jesus Hominum Salvatorum, Jesus Christ, Savior of Mankind. all collaborate together on splendid creations. Yellow broom will be a significant element. It's growing wild in the fields right now and adds not just color, but a beautiful perfume or bouquet to the tapestries. All ages work together, from young to old. These two are creating a tapestry out in the backstreets of Pace, peace. Here we can see the women working together to cut into tiny little pieces the finocchio selvatico, or the wild fennel, adding a nice pungent perfume to the flower petal tapestries as you walk near them. And the work takes on in the backstreets of Assisi, all ages collaborating together. We're in the area of the Cathedral of San Rufino. And hands work swiftly to depetal wildflowers, depetal carnations and roses to create the Infiorate, the tapestry splendor. Here we see two young people working together. For their design, they're using a metal frame, which they're going to fill with flowers, then lift up in time for the procession. Here we see a group working together. Wonderful use here of yellow broom. Look at the symbol of the pomegranate there. Multi-seeds symbolizing fertility. This is Professor Federico Della Bina, who created the design. He's a beloved art history professor in the Assisi high schools. And this is Federico's group of about 20 to 30 people working. One of the images in his design is the hands. For this Infiorate is called La cura della creazione, the care for creation. Here is the pomegranate seed, pomegranate full of many, many seeds, again, a symbol of fertility. Antonio has created a flower petal tapestry in the back streets, and he's added flowers, the buds, the blossoms, piles of beautiful flowers. They're not only creating flower petal tapestries together that day, they're sharing goodness. The arvoltoli, this woman made them right outside her home. They're an Umbrian sweet, just flour and water and deep fried, and then they're either dipped in sugar or in salt, depending on one's preference. The arvoltoli were enjoyed by many right near a flower petal tapestry and right under two hanging tablecloths. Tablecloths of the Assisi cross stitch are hung out the windows. They're welcoming tapestries to Christ, who will be carried through in the sacred host out of the Cathedral of San Rufino later on in the afternoon, and Christ will be carried to this altar. And we see in front of the altar, IHS, Jesus Christ, Savior of mankind. And look at that beautiful cross stitch on the altar. Join us next year for the Infiorate of Assisi, 60 days after Easter.